So I wasn't sure if I was gonna do a garden tour because we have a lot of unrest and sadness, and I feel overwhelmed. Everybody here in Minneapolis and the world feels overwhelmed. Most things close to us are burned. We don't have a post office. Grocery stores are gone. AutoZone, that will be missed. But I feel like I want to keep things the way I was going to do it. I was going to do a video tour every week, so here I am starting that.
Go ahead.
Welcome to the second garden tour at the Black Radish. Remember last week when we talked about this lettuce? We, since then, have cut everything completely down. We donated a lot of it to people in Minneapolis that need food, and the rest of it we ate within the neighborhood. But next week the CSA starts and we will be giving everybody lettuce, and it's looking good. Some of it's getting a little bitter, not this one, but some of it's getting a little bitter because it's getting really, really hot. Over here we have a new thing here. This is our trellis, and these are cucamelons and little watermelons. They're not really watermelons, they're little melons. And they'll slowly grow up the trellis. I'm very excited about that. Over here, these are squash. They're from row 7. They're an experimental squash called 898. Super tacky. We have 3 of those, and then for the first week of the CSA, everyone will get radishes. So there's radishes here. These are the little radishes. Cucumbers, these aren't cucumbers. Our carrots are getting a lot bigger, which is exciting. Our peas over here are getting a lot bigger. This week or next week they'll be able to be harvested. We have beets coming up, eggplants, more beets that are under the ground. Over here. This is exciting. These are potatoes, and they are super good. They are huge. I'm hoping that they have like a lot of yield this year. They're already starting to flower a little. So with potatoes, when they start to flower, you can like actually flower. Right now it's just buds. You can pick out what they call new potatoes. You can dig in there and pick out new potatoes. Or you wait until they grow, flower, and kind of start to fall over, and then you get all the potatoes. This will definitely be a part of the first week CSA. This is Oric. It's very much like spinach. We have some tomatoes, and the pole beans are doing good. They're getting bigger and bigger. We have a whole little section about this situation. You'll see that right now. So we had this amazing plan to grow everyone black radishes because we're called the Black Radish. Planted these maybe 6-7 weeks ago. This whole bed is full. Sadly, we have to take them out. Hopefully I can show you why. So we have this pest called cabbage maggot. Sounds like a disgusting name, and it is freaking disgusting. This one doesn't have a lot of evidence, but it eats holes in the root. So there'll be a hole that goes deep into the root, and it destroys it. So here you can kind of see this discoloration right here. And then when you look inside, it's just brown all right there, and there's holes. So these ones are actually turnips, but these are all black radishes. So in the nighttime when we did this, we took it out, and we could see them crawling around. So what we need to do, sadly, this is a failure, we have to take them all out. All of that time and work and water and everything gone. And we have to amend them, I guess. Amend it somehow. Can you see this one? It has brown holes in it. So there's a little bug in there eating the root and destroying it. Sadly, it's all around this whole bed. So we have to get a type of natural, I guess we can call it a pesticide, yeah? Yeah, and that natural pesticide will kill it in the soil before we plant anything else. I think that the cabbage maggots just work on roots though, like root vegetables. Jade, you think so?
Yeah, there's cabbage and onion maggots here in Minnesota. So we don't exactly know which one this is, because they both chomp on radishes and turnips.
Yeah, see, this is like, this side looks so great, and this side's brown.
We've encountered this before, and we had cabbage maggots really bad 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And we should have learned our lesson to actually cover the crops during the early spring when the flies are out laying their eggs. But we just haven't had time.
I wonder, can you replant this one since this one looks fine? Is that a crazy idea? Okay. Well, we'll give you more tour later. This is just a story of our failure. Thank you.
Cabbage maggots 101.
So this is a radish I just pulled apart. This is what it looks like. Oh,
That's not.
something else in there. Hi. We're having bug problems. Oh. What
That
is
guy
it?
that just went in there, I think, is a good guy.
Okay.
I think he eats the maggots, maybe.
But this used to be
What does it look like? Let me see.
What?
Oh, that shit don't look good, do
So we decided to take matters into our own hands, and we added the chickens to the bed. And they are currently eating lots of bugs. Okay, so over here we have yellow zucchini and more of the pea greens, which may be ready in like 2 weeks. The zucchini is doing well, but I did notice today that it might have, come on in, powdery mildew starting.
Oh yeah,
So we're gonna have to deal with that. Probably add some like milk to it, or probably some milk. Milk helps. But we also need to just take some of these leaves off. And so over here, we have the smallest little eggplants ever. These are really small eggplants. These are weeds. All of these ones are eggplants, and they're very small. Someday they'll be big. So we have a lot of eggplants right here. And then right back here, we have kale and carrots. So this is the area I didn't show last week. It's better. Our place is down there, along with my mom and Opal. Over here, we have a lot of good greens coming here. We also have a bug issue here. And this one, I killed it yesterday, but it was a little caterpillar that was so big and fat. But it's eaten a lot, so there might be more than one. I don't know yet. But this is kale, this is collards, this is kale. Kale, collards, kale, kale, collards, kale, kale, collards, kale. Sad kale. Over here, we have one of my favorite plants, catsoy. It is super good for you, super tasty. It's a brassica. It's right here. And so you get these kind of spinach-like greens. You can cook them, you can just eat them in salads. And then here we have eggplant, tomato, another one of those carrot boards. There's carrots under there. Still wet. It's good. Never, ever, ever, ever transplanted beets from, just transplanted them. Usually I do it directly sown. So these are the first time I've ever done it. So it's going to be interesting to see how these do. They look good. They look terrible the first day. And yeah, so these are our neighbors' yards. They're very nice to give us this area.
You want to check on the potato beetles?
No, let's keep it positive. Let's leave the potato beetles for later. Our neighbor has potato beetles. They're not part of our CSA. They're part of his potatoes. We're gonna kill them. Yes. So, thank you.